have to push that right while I'm in the middle of taking a drink.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're a brat.
I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm talking about you being a brat.
No, I have no idea. So Black Panther was a thing tonight. We saw it. We finally saw it.
Was a thing.
By very, very common request.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
I don't know where I would put it in the scheme of Marvel movies. I don't know that I would put it ahead of Civil War. Captain America Civil War still to me is like up there. It didn't really prepare us for Avengers Infinity War at all. Didn't really get into any of the Avengers. It didn't mention any of them. It didn't show any of them.
No.
Nobody said how was it fighting with Captain America. Nothing. It's just like that happened. You were part of that war. Good for you. Whatever. Shut up. It's a fun movie, and I can see why it's made a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's different.
Again, it is different.
Much like the first Guardians of the Galaxy, it's different.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see the Marvel universe go somewhere different.
True.
And yet the big battle at the end felt really familiar to me.
It did.
I was like, really? Somebody's blowing a horn to call animals? I mean, spoilers. Spoilers. So, for people who haven't watched the movie, this might be where you want to jump out of the review portion of the show. Before I start spoiling things.
Before I close it.
Okay, are they gone? Are the people who are worried about spoilers, are they gone?
You're such a weirdo.
I'm just making sure they're gone.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so anybody who might have been worried about spoilers is gone. I was really surprised when Spider-Man was the villain in this. That didn't happen.
No.
I told you, if you don't want spoilers, just go. Okay, so when he blows the horn to bring in the super rhinoceri, rhinoceroses.
There you go.
To me, it reminded me of the Oliphants in Lord of the Rings.
Or Narnia.
Yes, or Narnia.
Yeah.
And then, you have this big battle, and just when they're ready to die, in comes Gondor. I mean, those other guys from up in the ice area. Right. That wasn't like Lord of the Rings at all. I was like, really? It's the sun has risen on the third day already? That's the line, isn't it? Look towards the east at sunrise on the third day.
So long since I watched that movie.
That and you have bad negative feelings about it.
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure it's look east on the third day, and you'll see the riders of Moria or Gondor or the Ents of Gondoria or the Diarrhea of Gondor or whatever the hell. And it just, when because I told you they were coming in.
Yes.
I knew it was going to happen because they're like, why should we come help you? No king in 300 years has come to see us. Why should we help you? And I'm like, they're going to come in and help them. They're set up as kind of bad guys at the start. Yeah. But not really, because they have honor. They're kind of like Klingons.
Yeah, they are.
They're like Klingons because they have honor, and then they come in and make the save at the end. Not like in Star Trek Discovery, where Klingons are just assholes.
That was something else.
But yeah, it's... I enjoyed it.
It was good. I liked it. It was really pretty.
Yes.
It was really fun to look at. I also really enjoyed the costumes.
They did
a good job with the different costumes.
The one part I didn't understand was
really neat.
I didn't think Martin Freeman's character added anything to the movie. Martin Freeman played in he's in Sherlock Holmes. He's Watson. To Benedict Cumberbatch, which I thought was fun. I thought good. Him and Benedict Cumberbatch are both in this universe, but he didn't add anything. I really didn't see, and when you think he's gonna die towards the end, I didn't really feel anything towards character. I'm like, oh, okay, they're gonna kill him off here. All right, and then they didn't, which I thought was kind of weird because they had set it up like it was gonna be this big sacrifice, and then they went, nah, Disney owns us. We don't do that anymore. And it kind of, I don't know. I thought his character was just, here's the white guy. It felt to me like, here's the white guy, just in case the crowd doesn't want everybody to be black. Here's the white guy.
I did kind of think how that was kind of funny. Well, he was the one good white guy. All the other white guys were bad guys.
Well, one of them's Gollum.
Yes.
Which again doesn't help when your movie feels like Lord of the Rings.
As I saw him, I was like, and he can't play a normal guy.
Yeah, because I was like,
be normal.
Because when he's talking to the mirror and he's talking to himself, like, and he's insane. He's got to be used to being insane and talking to himself by now.
Well, look at him. He can't.
It's Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis is.
He cannot play a normal
but
person.
At least in this movie, Andy Serkis didn't have to wear a bunch of green crap all over his face and be CGI character. He could actually be himself, kind of, sort of. He had the green for his arm, so that it looked like he had the fake arm.
Yeah.
I did like. The one thing I did appreciate with Black Panther is they set it up that Andy Serkis is this over-the-top goofy villain, and he's not actually the main villain. He's the main villain for the first half of the movie, and it's like he has everybody wrapped around his finger, but he doesn't.
Right.
Which I appreciated that. I thought, okay, this isn't bad. And they created a villain in this movie that you can feel for him.
Yes.
And you can realize that because of him seeing his father murdered, that they kind of created a monster there.
Yep.
And that you could feel bad for him because he's seen horrible things in war and he's been through these awful, horrible things that he shouldn't have to have gone through. And if Black Panther's father had made the right choice 20 years earlier, 30 years earlier, he wouldn't have had to. But I got a kick out of it. I thought Black Panther's power was kind of weird because he has it. He drinks that blue liquid. Now I'm got Black Panther's power, but he still can't win a fight. I just thought, wow, you get the power of the Panther and you still can't win a fight? Maybe you shouldn't be the king. That's sort of like, and he's juicing, and on the steroids, he loses still. I needs me more steroids. You don't. You can't fight. You're a wuss. The steroids don't help. You're shrinking your testicles, and you still can't be king. I actually think shrunken testicles might be reason not to be king, but I don't know how it works in Wakanda. I'm not sure. It's a nice diversion from the usual fare. I'm not looking forward to seeing Age of Ultron's War of Infinity and beyond, and seeing Black Panther as just another character. They have Mark Ruffalo joking that with all of the characters they've got stuffed into Infinity War, if all of them had 3 minutes of movie time, it'd be a 3-hour and 3-minute movie. And I thought, you mean that as a joke, and yet it's starting to kind of feel that way. It was feeling that way in Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron, they had nowhere near the amount of characters they're going to have in this one. They're going to have Doctor Strange, who's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Did I watch that one?
Doctor Strange we saw.
No, I know that. Age of Ultron.
No, because it's stupid.
Okay. I didn't think that was
we don't need to see.
I remember watching Doctor Strange. We watched that at the theater.
Yeah, and that's an origin story too, and that was very well done, and that was different.
Yeah. I liked that one.
You need to see Winter Soldier, because that's Captain America, and you need to see Captain America: Civil War. And other than that, I don't think you need to watch any of them. I know I need now to watch Ant-Man before we watch the new Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Are they related?
Ant-Man?
The movies, or is it like a completely redo?
Ant-Man.
Or is it a second one?
It's a sequel to Ant-Man because Ant-Man is in.
When did Ant-Man come out?
Ant-Man came out as its own movie before Civil War.
So it's recent?
It's before Captain America: Civil War.
I don't remember ever hearing about.
I think it's 3 years ago. Well, because it's Paul Rudd as a superhero, and I have trouble with Paul Rudd as a superhero.
I don't remember hearing about that movie even existing.
Because for me, Paul Rudd's still the guy in 40-Year-Old Virgin that gets drunk and tries to stick a camera in his ass. And they decide they're going to send him home because he works at, I think it's Future Shop or Best Buy or one of them, and they're like, well, he's giving himself a colonoscopy with the camera, so I'm sending him home. Because he's mad his girlfriend dumped him. Like, here, you see that? You're not going to see any more of that. Well, he's got his ass on the camera and displaying for the whole store on all the TVs. It's really funny. You've seen 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, a long time ago. I don't really remember it.
I've seen it a bunch of times. It's really funny.
Very little that I remember about that movie.
It's a really funny movie. But Paul Rudd, that's what I see with him. And his character in Role Models with the Minotaur truck and drinking the energy drink crap. And yeah, I see him as a comedic character, so I have a hard time with him as a superhero. But in the new one, Evangeline Lilly's in it. She was in Lost, which is what she's most known for. She was also in Max Steel, which you wouldn't have seen that one either. That was Hugh Jackman.
I saw most of Lost. I stopped because that just got ridiculous.
The ending was horrible.
That's what I've heard. I still don't know how that show ends.
Do you want me to spoil it for you?
But I think I only didn't watch the last season because it was just one of those. This is
Do you want me to tell you how it ends?
Yeah.
They all died on the plane. Nobody's alive. They're all in purgatory. They reveal at the end the entire island is fictitious. They're all in purgatory. They all died in the plane crash.
Well, that's just an easy way out to end it, eh?
But I thought that in the first episode.
Whatever they wanted
I thought
to and be like,
I thought
that's all pretend.
I thought that in the first episode. The first episode I watched, the very first episode I watched, the pilot, and the plane crashes, and I was like, nobody would survive that. There's no way anybody would survive that crash, and I was right.
That's a lazy excuse for an ending.
I don't think Lost...
It doesn't make sense.
What they did with Lost was they were
whatever.
writing it, and into the second season, I think people had figured out how they were going to end it. So they went, oh crap, the fans have figured it out.
Crazy.
We got to go crazy. We got smoke monsters, and we got
bunker
dragons,
and
and we got time travel and alternate realities, and we got all this crap. And it just...
That's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's lazy.
The last season, they had an alternate reality, too.
Yeah, I didn't watch the last season.
It's really
because
weird.
it just got ridiculous. It was a really good show, and then it was just like, this is just getting stupid.
Same as Heroes. Heroes started out really good, and then it just...
Heroes. And
the last season was awful.
Well, that one, they just added too many characters.
Which might be the problem with Age of... or Infinity War. I keep wanting to say Age of Ultron, but I am worried about Infinity War with Avengers, because they seem to be really good with these, like Black Panther, with the origin stories and with the standalone like Doctor Strange. But when they get all of them on the screen together, it can be overwhelming.
Why do they keep making those movies?
Because they make $11 billion. So as long as the Marvel movies keep making more money,
don't all these origin movies make a lot of money?
But that's the thing.
So
you can get more and more origin stories like Black Panther, stick them all into these movies where it's this big ensemble cast, make even more money, and then do more origin stories. It's like Transformers, but with people.
Transformers wasn't very good.
Okay, if you mean the cartoon from the 80s, you can leave.
That's not what I mean. I meant the movies. Weren't we just talking about the movies?
The movies are crap. I just mean that if you're going to start in the Transformers franchise, you're going to break a 13-year-old boy's heart here. Because when I was a kid, Transformers was awesome.
I know. 4 or 5-year-old me liked Transformers. I also like the GoBots, though, so... Because I was 5. But they had different shaped Transformers and GoBots.
Because they're not Transformers, they're GoBots.
I know. But I like that they were different ones. Like the motorcycle that was really silly. And I liked the jet. The jet was my favorite. It was.
GoBots was terrible.
Well, 5-year-old me liked it.
Well, 5-year-old you was stupid. Anyways.
Well, 5-year-old me would have thought, how old were you then?
13.
13. 5-year-old me probably would have thought 13-year-old you was stupid too.
See, it's a good thing we didn't know each other back then, because I probably would have been a babysitter, and then it'd be really awkward right now.
I don't know that my mom would hire a male babysitter for her 2 daughters.
Why not?
Because boys.
I babysat girls. Didn't matter.
I don't think my mom would have done it.
Arlene, if you watch this, let me know in the comment section below.
I don't think she would,
if that would have been okay.
No.
So if I ever invent a time machine, that's a no-go.
I'm pretty sure she would not have done that.
Okay. Well, I'm just not going to bother inventing the time machine now. Okay, so what would you give this movie on a scale of 1 to 10?
Overall, I did like it, but I didn't like the camera movement.
Yeah, it didn't bother me as much as it bothered you.
I know. Well, I think maybe it wouldn't have been so bad if it wasn't 3D, but it moved too much. And they always, whenever it was a fight scene, then they started... It was like, holy
The 360
crap,
camera views were a lot.
Really dizzy.
It felt like Matrix at that point. They're rebooting the Matrix? The hell?
I know. The preview, they were talking about that, and we both just went, no.
Yeah, we both at the same time said no. when they said they're rebooting the Matrix. Like, hey, guys, they're rebooting the Matrix. No.
Why?
We already know it ends like crap.
No.
Why are you rebooting it when it ends like crap?
It's so unnecessary.
It's not like the Matrix was that long ago.
I know, that's what I keep thinking.
We're still dealing with bloody bullet time from the first ones.
If you can't write a new story, at least go back older.
Or instead of rebooting the Matrix, there's all kinds of really good Japanese cartoons Matrix related that were very, very good. So you could do a sequel with the next generation where, I don't know, maybe they fix the damn thing so the Matrix doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the first Matrix, I was like, oh, okay, they're going to defeat the Matrix. And then at the end of the third, I'm like, the frick was the point in any of this? There's no point.
True.
Black Panther had a point.
Anyway, so Black Panther.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Well, hold on. I was still talking.
Okay, sorry, I'll shut up.
Good.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, you won't. I know that's not.
It's probably true.
Okay, so I didn't like all the camera movement.
Right.
They did that a lot, especially during the fight scenes.
Yep.
So where there's already a lot of movement. So So my eyes aren't that great. If you notice glasses, I have really bad astigmatism, so I have trouble
focusing.
Yeah.
And with
making
depth.
my eyes point in the same direction. And 3D is really hard. It's not as hard as it used to be with the
red,
blue, and red. That I couldn't do that.
Red and blue gives everybody a headache.
Yes, it gave me a really bad headache, and I couldn't do it. With the new 3D, I can see the 3D, but if it moves too fast, it's hard for me to see a clear image. So when it's doing the fight scenes, that's already hard for me to see, and then with the camera moving the entire time, it makes it hard to see, and it makes you dizzy.
Because they did a lot of bullet time.
I didn't.
And when you do the bullet time, which is the scene in slow motion, they will do that 360 sweeping motion. Which in this movie I can understand because you've got all these incredible sets and all these incredible graphics you want to use, but it does get a little much.
I think they did use that too much
because they're trying to make it look really epic.
Right, but
everything should seem epic.
It made me think. I think movies use the 3D too much. Like yes. I think they use that in place of
this movie doesn't need 3D.
No, and I was thinking that while watching that this might have been better.
I can understand it with 3D. Star Trek. I can understand it with Star Wars. I can understand it with some of the Marvel universe, like Guardians. This didn't need 3D.
No, and while I think it was a beautiful movie, I loved the scenery because they were in Africa. They were in the areas with all the waterfalls, and it was just really pretty to look at. I don't think it needed 3D, and I think sometimes when movies use that, it takes away from it, or they use that instead of doing things. Like, I think that makes it easier, and they don't do other things that would be an improvement. I don't know if I'm making any sense how I'm saying that.
I think that the thing is, Hollywood right now has this cash cow with 3D movies, and I don't think it would hurt them if they laid off of it a bit.
I don't think all movies have to have a 3D version.
They don't.
And I thought the costumes in the movie were awesome.
Oh, the costumes were great.
Really cool doing different threads, and a lot of the outfits.
The main actress
and the beading.
The main actress
that was really neat.
And I think of her as Michonne from The Walking Dead. She was the general.
Yeah.
That was loyal to the king, and then she went back.
The head tattoo.
Yeah, I like her a lot, and I definitely agree that coming out of this movie making a lot of money, she deserves a raise on The Walking Dead. She's a fantastic actress, and I hope this opens up the world for more roles for her. We could definitely use more movies where African American women are given main roles. She was badass.
I liked all the women.
Yes.
There were a lot of women in
Yeah.
this movie that weren't the damsel that needed
Nope.
rescued.
His ex-girlfriend was never the damsel in this movie, not
No.
once. Even when he
And-
saves her at the start, she's like, I had this handled. What the hell were you doing?
Yes.
She got mad at him.
And when they had the battle, the bad guy that came in and took over as king, he
Yeah.
had his little warriors.
The
they were
yellow
all the
Black
guys.
Panther. He was the purple Black Panther.
There you
it
go.
was the yellow Black
And
Panther.
but the original king, all of his guards were all women, but it wasn't, look, they're women. You know,
It's just how it was done.
They were equal, and this is how they are.
Yeah,
And
it's just how it's done.
I thought that was very neat.
And
that
they
it
never gave up.
wasn't-
Even when they were surrounded, they just didn't give up.
It wasn't
They'll go
pointed
down
out
fighting.
that, oh my gosh, look at, they're women and they're fighting, and
Yep.
you know,
it was
they were equal warriors, and I thought that was really cool. And even throughout the movie, the women were part of the main characters, and that
Yes.
never happens unless it's
Yes.
the girlfriend, the wife.
Angela Bassett
you're
was
just
very good in this.
The tag along.
Yeah.
And while watching it, I thought, oh my goodness, it's a movie with women that aren't just there because they're women. It's not a, look at, she's really pretty and here's her boobs.
No, there really wasn't any of that.
No, which is really rare.
And you would think that would bother me, but it really doesn't. Doesn't.
So I thought that was really neat. There were a lot of women.
Yeah.
I think there were more women main characters in this movie than men.
Oh, there were, because there was his mother, his ex-girlfriend, and the general, his best friend. They were all main characters. And of course, he was a main character, and I would say that's pretty much it. Martin Freeman, kind of, but not really.
No, I wouldn't
He
cons-
played a
There were a
larger
lot
role
of-
at the end.
a
But,
lot of secondary characters.
yeah. What are you doing,
Um,
sweetie? Stop bugging her. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he just kept walking like, I'm just going to walk this
I'm
way.
coming over here.
So you got him, so are we done? All right.
So, yeah, I thought for the movie,
Yes.
I thought it was very pretty. It had a really cool setting. It had really neat costumes. I liked that the characters were different than really any other movie.
And again, when we watch Avengers Infinity War, he's just going to be another one of the Avengers. And none of the rest of them will be in it. It'll just be him. Which is kind of a shame.
yeah, because a lot of the other superheroes, they're really loners.
Yes.
Spider-Man's a loner. Iron Man's a loner.
Well, Spider-Man's going to be in the next Avengers too.
I'm just
They're
saying,
all in it.
they're loners.
Yeah.
Superheroes are loners. Black Panther wasn't a loner.
No.
He needed the other people. They were like his team. He wouldn't have been Black Panther if it was just him.
Right.
The other superheroes, they can be just them, and they're superheroes.
Well, Iron Man likes to have people around telling him how awesome he is. That's important to Tony Stark.
Guys are like that. But Black Panther had his team of ladies.
This is true. His harem.
No.
Sort of like a harem.
No. No, it's not. Nope.
His convent.
You can.
His
nope.
coven.
No. You can just stop now. No. No. Just.
His
Nope. Stop that thought right
There
there.
has to be a
Shannon?
womanly word.
No.
His
because-
sorority.
No. Not a womanly word, because they weren't there because they were women. They
No, I know.
were there because they were the people.
But it's a womanly word I'm looking for.
No, you're not. No, don't.
But no, you can't tell me what I'm looking for.
Yes, I can tell you. No. Shannon,
There's got to be another word.
don't.
They were the ladies of the Panther.
No. Anyways.
The Panthettes.
So, I like that, but I didn't like the cameras.
Right.
The story was mostly fun. I think it went longer than it needed to.
Most of these movies do. Most Marvel movies
It was
do.
one of
And
those-
really,
Wait, what? Now this is a bad guy? I thought the movie was almost over. How long is this
and they
movie?
really stretched that out.
Yes.
Once he's overthrown, they really stretched that out.
Right?
They could have and Marvel does this a lot. They really could benefit from shortening their movies to an hour and a half. and that
Yeah.
includes Iron Man, Captain America, all of them. You could put together a 95, 96 minute movie out of any of them that would be really, really tight, full of action, and really, really well done, and not take anything away from the story. And it feels like they all want to be longer, and it's almost like it's
So
a Lord
they're
of the
all
Rings
epic,
effect.
yes.
Yeah, it's that we want it to be this epic movie, so we can go. It's got an hour, 2 hours and 11-minute running time.
How long is that movie?
I would say that Black Panther's 2 hours and 5. I'd say 2:05 probably. It's long.
Okay, Google.
Boobs.
How long is the Black Panther movie? It ignored
2
you.
hours and 15 minutes. It doesn't recognize my voice, so it didn't look up boobs.
It did say boob, but then it erased it. Did you see that?
No.
It said boobs. How long is the Black Panther? But it just took it off.
Okay, 2 hours and 15 minutes. There you go. If you've got
But
2 hours and 15 minutes.
So I can. While we were sitting there watching it, it was just one of those. Wait, what? They're like going a whole nother direction with this story.
Yeah.
I thought it was starting to wrap things all together, and
Yeah.
but no, we're going this way.
I would give this movie an 8.5 personally. I would say an 8.5 is a good rating for it. If I did my top 200 movies right now, it's in there. I don't know where it's in there. I will likely probably watch it again. I think the kids would enjoy it.
I think so.
But it's again, these Marvel movies, there's so many of them now.
Eyeshadow.
And they're all pretty unique and they're all pretty different in and of themselves, but I don't know. It's a fine movie. I don't know that it's necessarily a fantastic movie, but it was a good movie.
It was a good movie, and I think it's especially good for a superhero movie. I think the superhero movies are kind of overdone for me, anyways.
Well, we've got
There's a bunch of
Avengers,
them
then we
that
got another
I'm
Ant-Man,
not really a fan of. I think they're
and we've got
also
Deadpool
similar.
coming up in May. Deadpool looks awesome. The trailer they had for Deadpool was hilarious. I loved it. That he did the little action
the
figures. That was
That
fantastic.
was funny.
Deadpool's awesome, but
It's
yeah.
Toy Story. They did.
Yeah.
He did Toy
Sheriff
Story.
Deadpool.
Yeah, and did you notice?
Reach
he
for
even
the
had
sky.
Did you notice he even had the writing under the on
Yeah.
the bottom side?
Didn't
of the
say
boot?
Andy though. I don't think.
I couldn't read what it was.
I think under cables, I think it said Beth or something. Like
I couldn't read it.
it was
but
so
could see
fast
that
I
there
couldn't
was
see it.
writing, Yeah.
And I wouldn't put it past Ryan Reynolds to put some kind of inside joke in there with that because he's pretty funny with that. He pushed really hard for Deadpool to be a thing. That was him saying, "I will make Deadpool and I will be Deadpool. You will make me Deadpool, or I'm gonna bug the hell out of you until I can be Deadpool." So I'm looking forward to that. But what would you give this movie out of 10?
I'd probably give it an 8.
Okay.
Just because the camera thing, it makes it so it's not as enjoyable to watch.
That's true. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I like the look of all the movie, which I am a dork in every movie I watch. I do look at the costumes.
Yeah, you
and
are
stuff.
a dork. It's true. You do have your dorkiness.
So do you,
I
so-
don't.
I know.
I'm very undorky that way.
Right.
That's why I got my
of course.
Nordiques going on
Yeah,
tonight, because a
Shannon
little bit
is
of Nordiques thing going on.
undorky.
Because I'm not dorky. Oh, that crease in the hat is just gorgeous. That's sort of fantastic.
I saw that.
Yeah, that really
like a
shows up
hat
on
dimple.
the camera. That's
Hat
fantastic.
dimple.
And there's
right
no
there.
way to get away from it, so that's awesome.
You can always wear your hat backwards. That'd be
That'd be really
oh,
straight out
man.
of the trailer park right there. That's what that is.
Sexy.
That's sex appeal and a half.
There you go.
That's
Oh,
why I had to fight the ladies off before I met you.
Right?
If only I had a little tuft of hair that I could have coming out of
There
here,
you go. Yeah,
then
wow,
then I'd
that'd
really
be
have
hot.
the sex appeal going on. But
Yeah, that'd be nice.
so I made Shadow so he couldn't sit here. So now she's like, I'm
I was
gonna
like,
come over and
hey,
sit here.
your lap's empty.
All right.
Oh.
So yeah, good movie. Go out and watch it if you haven't already seen it. According to the $56 billion it's made already, I think everybody's already seen it.
There were still a lot of people in the theater.
There were.
though,
I think there's
for
a lot of people
being-
going back to see it a few
for
times.
being out for a while.
Although the girl behind us hadn't seen it before, she kept making these "oh wow" comments. I'm like, really? Oh wow? Do you ever go to movies, or do you not understand how these work, or what? What is it? Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. If you don't have anything else to add,
I don't think so.
okay, me neither. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.